Welcome back, Syndicate members. It is Joshua Mammoth. And Paulo's with me again. Welcome back, buddy.
It's nice to be here, buddy.
Definitely. Well, actually, I guess I'm at your place.
Yeah, we have to come to my place today.
But we are back with another independent comic book review. And we got a good one. So this is actually one that we found at SiestaCon last week. It's a Second Sight publishing. And I'm really excited about this one.
Oh, man. It was a lot of fun. Great book.
So another thing, too, is like, so Second Sight, you're probably only familiar with These Damn Kids.
Yes.
And so...
This one was new to me.
Yeah, and man, they had a lot of stuff at their booth. So you saw the video.
I saw the video. It looked like a lot of fun. I wish I could have been there.
But they had so many titles. So we picked up, I showed you the pile of books that we had. A lot of them were Second Sight.
Jealous, though.
Well, for one thing, there were a lot of novels there, graphic novels, and then a lot of issues, and then and then even this zombie heist, like this one-off. And I like stories like this.
Well, one of my favorite genres in the world.
Couldn't you see this being like a movie, though?
I definitely can. And it's a great twist on another great zombie tale. I don't want to tell you guys too much, but I really enjoyed it. It's something that you could actually see an episode of The Walking Dead if you were to put it in there. Something that could be happening.
And I can actually see some guys actually getting together and coming up with a heist like this.
Yeah, that'd be fun. I mean, you would think it's easy,
You would think it's
right?
easy.
You would think it's easy, like you think they're slow, they're stupid, but hey, let's find out, right?
Yeah, let's find out. So this one was actually written by Marcus Roberts.
Yep.
So Trevor, you want to put that picture up? So as you know, I did an interview with Marcus last week, and so I'm really excited to get into this one. The art was done by Daniel Borman, and it was another black and white comic.
Yeah, and that's perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. Nice classic look to it.
And the style of these comics, and I've kind of noticed this like 90s, kind of 90s, late 80s style, sort of.
Yeah.
It's kind of coming back.
Yeah, it's because it's fluid, I think. It portrays, it's easy to tell the story a lot quicker, you know what I'm saying? And it's simple, but it gets to the point, That's how I see it.
And it kind of reminds me of like cartoon, like Saturday morning cartoons a bit. I mean, obviously much gorier and with curse words and whatnot.
It's not for kids.
Yeah, not for kids, but for older kids possibly.
Yeah, you'll enjoy it.
So
and the cover is great.
I love this cover.
Poster. This is a great poster.
It's really cool. Yeah, we got it on the backdrop here, and
this is the full picture right here, guys.
Yeah, and I got mine autographed by Marcus there.
Yeah, Marcus signed it. Yeah, let's look at that.
So when we start this book, we see a team of.
I know him.
Of the guy running.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Are you chasing?
My cousin.
Oh. So we see a group of gentlemen. Well, I don't know if they're gentlemen or not, but they're meeting in this bar in Pensacola. Okay, so it's Pensacola. We know they're not gentlemen.
Okay.
And they're talking about possibly going into Mississippi, which is we know is as a zombie zone. It's encased with the National Guard. Been quarantined.
Yeah.
Now, I want to ask you about this. Okay, so we have Jeremy Fox, Master Thief, but then we also have Alex Pope, Professional Thief,
AKA Florida Man.
But what's the difference between the Master Thief and the Professional Thief?
They're both Florida Mans.
Okay, so the Professional Thief,
he trained him, I guess.
Well, the Professional Thief does it for money. The Master Thief just does it because he likes to thief.
Or he's the master of all thieves. I guess they get their.
Okay. I thought he was just like maybe the girl that strips just because she likes to do it. I don't know. Anyway, and we have Bobby Chavez, the driver.
It's a good one, actually.
I have a
I
feeling
wasn't expecting that.
I feel this show's going to take a while. Peter Suarez on weapons and Jose Rodriguez on explosives. So this is a good team, though.
Yeah, it was.
Now, I was thinking, though, they got an explosive guy in there. Why do they need that? Oh, wait, they're breaking into a bank.
Is that what it was? Okay. No, of course. Yeah, go break it into a bank. Of course, you get an explosive guy if you get into a bank that's infested by zombies.
And they need 2 thieves and a driver.
Where's the gunman?
They have weapons.
Okay.
Peter Suarez.
That's right.
Weapons. It just says weapons, though.
I'm only trying to be sarcastic here because I'm thinking of, why would you want to rob a bank in a zombie-infested state that's been quarantined? But go ahead.
Well, I have a lot of questions about that, too. First off, I think it would probably be better to maybe rob a bank in the adjacent state next to the zombie-infested zone.
Yeah. But you know what, guys? It's different.
Yeah,
and
you
it's
do you.
Good idea.
I'm not a professional thief or a master.
I can see this as a movie, honestly. A nice, live action. Lots of action. It'd be like Resident Evil type,
Well, all we know is that, for sure, they all believe that by the end of this comic book, they are going to be rich and have titties in their faces.
That's what they said. Man.
That is what they said. That is a quote in this book. Well, I've only had one or the other. I've never had them both at the same time.
I've never been rich in money.
I've had days of richness, but then, you get the titties and you're horrid.
Rich moments.
So, as it happens, the team splits up into groups,
Yep.
right? And you have one of them going in on foot, which is probably the worst idea.
Uh-huh.
Then you have one of them going in by boat.
Yep.
And then another one driving in. And apparently the driver, they're coming in an armored vehicle that was commandeered. And they were able to get some type of forged documents from this guy's ex. Now, I have some questions about that because I don't know about you, but if I called my ex and asked her for some illegal documents, these could be very hard to obtain. First, she'd be like, "Who the fuck are you?"
It depends what kind of ex she is. There could be a baby mama. Then there's that.
I'd have a lot of explaining to do.
I don't think. Yeah.
So anyway, that's how they're all able to have access into the zombie infested zone.
Yep, that's right.
But right away, it's a bad idea because Bobby who is the boat driver, automatically gets attacked right on the docks.
Guys, I love zombies. I love zombie stories. But the best part about zombie stories is the dumbest things that people make. I love the mistakes that people make. Like, why in the world would you do this?
Well, and he's right, because in the story, Bobby's just standing on the dock daydreaming.
Why not?
He's just like,
there's zombies everywhere.
Man, I'm gonna be rich and have titties in my face in just 24 hours from now. And then zombies attack him. He's in the water, fending for his life.
Yeah.
Now he does escape. He actually gets out of the water unbitten, miraculously.
Yeah.
But he's like, wow, I should probably be a little more careful.
Sure.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's see what happens.
So Jeremy Fox ends up getting into the bank.
Yep, they actually get to the bank.
He actually gets into the bank, surprisingly. Now, the problem is that there's zombies in the bank.
I mean, of course, because there were people probably working at the bank during the zombie outbreak, or the doors were open, I mean, the bank's not going to kick people out when it closes, or, whatever.
It's in my head, I'm kind of thinking, they did not think this was part of the plan.
People think zombies are dumb or slow or whatever, But you get more than 3 in a room, that's it. I don't know, it's difficult.
There's lots of different kinds of zombies.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there is. You're going to see what kind of zombies these are, guys.
I mean, I had a zombie build my website once. I'm not saying it was good. I'm just saying they can. They do have skills.
Zombies. Build your website. Which website was it?
It was a long time
It's
ago.
a dead website, right? It's gone.
Yeah. Well, he used Adobe Muse. What do you want? So.
Adobe Muse.
It's a song. And so that's what I don't really understand, and also the splitting up of the team too, because I understand Mr. Explosives actually had nothing to do with the bank. Actually, his job was to cause a distraction in another part of the city,
which actually is a good idea. I didn't think of it. I thought it was to blow the vault.
Yeah, that's what I thought as well, but it had nothing to do with that. Apparently,
so therefore I prejudged, guys. I didn't want to give it away.
Yeah, well, Mr. Fox thought he could just, I guess, do that himself.
Yeah. Did he?
No. Well, I guess the vault was already open.
Why not?
So
electricity.
Well, so he got there. They get there, and guess what, guys? The $100 million in gold and cash, it's already gone. And here's why. Because a few weeks before, the government knew there was some type of virus pending. So the Navy came in there and got it. And you see, here's what I'm going to tell you why. As a former sailor, they got wind of the titties in your face, and that's why they got that money out of there.
The power.
The sailors.
The power.
The sailors knew in advance.
All those seamen got to it first.
They even left a note.
Jesus Christ.
Yep.
Help us.
But the thing is too, they actually left like $10 million there.
They did.
Yeah, there was they were like, hey man, whoever's brave enough to come in here, good luck.
Yeah.
So they were kind of the guy were bitching about there only being $10 million. But I was like, bro, at least there's something there. I mean, you already had a few guys die.
That's so American, huh?
I know, you're already there.
So
get the $10 million, get out of there.
Hey, if you can do it, I'm gonna leave something for you. Why not? Right? Don't need it. I got so much. It's the end of the world. Huh?
They got all the gold.
That's all that matters.
Exactly. So, I think the guy's name was kind of written down here, Peter. Yeah, he was the one that actually stayed behind because he was trying to get every single dollar he possibly could, and that's what did him in because the bank was already infested with the actual people that used to work there.
Yeah, why not? Like I said, it's a zombie outbreak, guys. If it's a hospital, it's gonna be a lot of nurses and doctors, right?
Yep.
Patients.
And that's when things get really weird. But according to Resident Evil, though, there are nobody in hospitals. The hospitals are completely empty.
What?
And like the first three, she gets up, there's nobody in these damn hospitals.
It was in a mansion, though. The first one was in a mansion, right?
She's in a hospital at some point, and there's nobody in.
They're making clones of her. There's a whole bunch of them. She's more than one. Remember that?
That's like part 3.
Wasn't it part whatever? Hey man. Hey. Don't mess with it, okay?
I do remember that.
After Fifth Element, she became sci-fi queen. With many crappy movies she makes.
She does make a lot of them.
Monster Hunter, Jesus Christ, I don't know. Oh, the last one she made. No Man's Land.
She made another one?
The one with the guy that plays
Oh, Dave Bautista?
Yes.
Oh, Lord. Oh, man.
She doesn't break characters.
How the not so mighty have fallen.
I love her to that, Jesus. I do.
So, yeah, a break from that. So, basically, when our boys get out...
You have to edit all that, you know.
When our boys make it out of the bank with the remnants of the 100 million, which is a little less than 10 million, Peter gets eaten by the zombies that were in there.
So more for the rest of the people.
So we only have Jeremy and Bobby that board the. I want to say I don't even know what this thing is. It looks like an armored vehicle that you deliver cash.
So how many people was it total in the beginning?
So it's 5.
So if there was 100 million there, right?
Yeah.
They would have gotten 20 million apiece.
Right.
So now there's only basically 10 million,
Yeah,
and there's only 2 people left, so 5 million apiece. All right, somebody's gonna kill somebody. Go ahead. It ain't gonna be a zombie.
Well, basically, what ends up happening though is they end up splitting up because they realize that, okay, look, our best chances of survival are to split, and then we'll meet each other at the boat.
Who has the money?
Well, they split the money.
Okay, you ever get
between. But there's only one way off, and that's the boat.
Okay, yeah.
Now, why the first guy gets to the boat would wait for the second guy though?
Because they're supposed to meet.
Yeah, but if I'm getting there first. I got my 5 million. Why am I waiting?
Because he's gonna knock him out so you get the other 5 million.
No. See, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get on that boat, right? I'm gonna turn it on. I'm gonna pull.
Oh, let him get eaten, and then
I'm gonna pull. I'm like, yo, throw me that 5 million.
This is why people won't survive in the zombie apocalypse.
But
what are you gonna do with that money afterwards? Oh, it's gold, right?
I'm gonna buy a new camera.
Wait, it's gold.
You just said I gotta.
You're right. Is it gold or is it actual money?
I think it's just cash, so it's really irrelevant.
But the economy's like scattered.
Well, in this world though, it's just Mississippi.
So the economy's already scattered, I guess. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, so in this world, cash is still pretty good.
Yeah, okay.
For now.
Okay.
So the National Guard
makes sense, but no, I wouldn't let him. I wouldn't let him. That's crazy. Yeah.
Well, here's the thing though. Whenever you're involving multiple criminals and they get together,
somebody's gonna talk.
You're gonna have like a Dark Knight situation.
Yeah.
Where they're gonna off each other until you have one dude left taking everything.
You're right. Man. Sad but true, right?
Yeah.
It's the dog world.
So, I mean, these guys seem
not a true zombie apocalypse. It's just like a quarantine. Then you go to this rob a neighborhood.
It's kind of like the beginning. Like they're trying to hold it together, but then you got like these a-holes like breaking in and doing stuff.
Yeah, it's a good idea. Like I said, this is a fun movie idea to see a group of people trying to rob a bank in a quarantine zone infested with zombies.
Because you don't rarely see people going into the quarantine zone.
Yeah.
To do that.
But it's a different location, Mississippi.
Mm-hmm.
Usually, zombie areas are like cities or like Georgia. There's a lot of swamplands over there. So you see that in Walking Dead in Georgia, but it's different over there.
Now, here's what I want to know about zombies, though, just in general. In Mississippi or even in Florida, wouldn't they rot very quickly?
From the heat, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I would think so. I would definitely think so. So I guess it'd have to keep reinfecting people that are still alive there. But you also got to understand, there's Dog Man in Mississippi too. So
what's Dog Man?
You don't want to know.
I don't want to know about Dog Man.
Taylor, Mississippi. Look it up. You'll be scared.
Dog Man.
Anyways, guys, but zombies. Whew, that's different.
So they split up, which again, first off, it's a bad idea.
Always happens. But go ahead.
And as it ends up, Bobby makes it back to the boat first. And then Jeremy Fox makes it back to the boat. And Jeremy just straight up goes in there. He sees Bobby's bag, assumes Bobby's back on the boat, and then just takes off.
Yep.
Probably not the best idea in the world. Should have looked around. Because Bobby is infected. And now Jeremy Fox is also infected. Oh, and we also forgot... I did forget that Jose did actually get his bomb exploded.
Go, Jose.
He exploded himself.
Jose, man.
So I don't know if it actually caused the distraction that he wanted or anything, but he did explode it.
Yeah, he went out with a bang.
He sure did. Trevor. This was actually my favorite part of the book, the very, very end. Because you think, okay, so Jeremy Fox gets bit. Obviously, all 5 now of this professional crew, they're all dead. They all, because I knew it was going to end up this way. I just wasn't sure in what order and how.
There's no
but then you turn the page. Let me get to the last page here. And I literally thought this was the end because you see the boat sailing off into the sunset. You're like, oh wow, That sucks. But then you turn the page, and it's Pensacola, Florida, and you see like these like bikini chicks like on the beach. And what do these people do? They swim up to a friggin' boat and go up on it.
This is zombspermia.
Yeah.
You know, like panspermia, where the comets gave life to a planet. This is how zombies go from continent to continent.
It is, because they board this vessel. First off, you don't just board a vessel. Alright, you don't. And they see this body that's obviously been what do you call this?
Gator food.
I mean
I mean, but the thing is,
it's like a Jackson Pollock of zombie.
isn't that what us Florida people do? We're gonna see some like, what the hell is that? You see alligators and everything. This is like, it would be interesting, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
So then,
but I know zombie movies, so I would do it.
but then also Bobby.
Yeah.
Bobby's there, and we know that he's always hungry.
Oh man.
So now it's in Florida. It's in Pensacola, on the Panhandle.
Here we go, guys.
Now it's in Florida.
Typical zombie movie.
So see, it did spread. By the end of the comic.
Zombspermia.
Zombspermia. I kind of like that.
Yeah, let's copyright that quick.
But what did you think of Zombie Heist?
It was a fun book. Like I said, guys, this is a great movie or an episode of a short movie or something. It's just your classic zombie. But this time, the story is, it's a quarantine zone, and in Mississippi, there's people from Florida trying to get in through a boat to rob a bank, and then they get there, surprise, you know what, money gone.
And I like how we don't know how the zombies came about.
Yeah.
We don't know anything about.
We don't need to.
No, we don't. No, all we know is that these guys want to rob this bank.
Yeah, I think they're vegans that haven't eaten meat in a while.
They're also very naive to think
That's true.
They're also very naive to think that bank wasn't already robbed or
like who confirmed that the money was still there?
Like as soon as they assumed, that the zombies overran this whole city immediately. There's all that money still there.
They had a better chance of hitting like the jewelry stores,
Good point.
The cash places,
The comic book stores.
Oh man,
The treasure trove in there.
imagine getting the first issue of The Walking Dead in the zombie-infested quarantine town.
See, that would be worth some money right there. You have to take the picture in the quarantine zone though, next to a zombie. Okay.
That'd be fun.
Well, because when you take it to CGC to get it graded, you're going to need that.
Oh
proof.
yeah, that proof.
Yeah, you're going to need that.
And
Because they're sticklers these days. Sometimes you got to actually be infected to get them to prove
if
that.
you can bring a body part back, proof. There you go.
I mean, when we were at SiestaCon, I saw a guy have one in a box like Game of Thrones, dude, for proof. It's weird.
Oh man! But yes, guys, Zombie Heist, great cover. This would make a great poster, guys.
It really would, though.
It would be great on your walls, especially if you like horror.
And I'm really glad Marcus recommended this. This was a fun read. Really fun, actually. And I was kind of like, what could this book be about? Zombie Heist. Are they stealing a zombie? Why would someone steal a zombie?
Yeah.
But it wasn't anything about that, so.
Second Sight Publishing, great job.
Yeah, definitely great job, guys. And I'm actually looking forward to diving into some more because I got a stack over here. And I think I might do a couple more second sights.
We eat a lot of tacos, guys. Gonna hit the throne.
All right, bro. You got anything else you want?
No, it's just fun. I'm glad you came to visit. It's fun doing this again.
All right, bro.
Yeah. Pleasure.
Between the known and the unknown lies the mammoth. I'll see you next time.